Hey there. First off, I got to thank Falgar for the great shout out during the Murder by the Creed review. And if you haven't seen it, check it out on his channel, The Horror Globe. Actually, check it out on both. It's a really good review. It's a really good film. It's one of my favorite Bob Clark films. My favorite is Black Christmas. Then it's Murder by the Creed, and it's A Christmas Story. And it's Porky's. Yes, that guy is that varied when it comes to directing. Next up, I got to say, Falgar's been doing a good job with the Children of the Corn reviews. So you might want to check out those. Remember back in the days when, those white pasty kids would be scary and not the norm? The internet and the Xbox kind of changed that, hasn't it? All the kids are pasty. So you wouldn't be able to tell like Children of the Corn kid from like an average internet kid. Scary thoughts. Anyway, I'm about to do a review, and I'll find out what that is on when I come back from getting my tea. So I'm back. And before I go any further, I want to give a couple of shout outs to some people that I sometimes forget. And it's a shame because I always watch their videos. I get through like doing a lot of names, and by the time I get there, I either forget one or skip over one and stuff like that. So there are some great YouTubers out there, and I don't think I've given them enough credit along the way. So guys like Hip Hop and Rap, House of Karloff. Oh man, there's Ali Walker. So many good reviewers out there. I'm going to do a shout-out video actually pretty soon. I want them to list everything down, so I just make sure I get everybody's cinema thickness. That put out some really great stuff. But this wasn't going to be a shout-out one. This was just going to be a quick, a mini shout-out on the way to doing this. Basically, what I did was I watched the entire Chucky franchise, the whole Child's Play ones, and I want to give my overall. I'm not going to review them one by one, really. Not really. I'm just going to give you an overall review of what I thought of the films. So, we start with the first Child's Play movie, and we got Chris Sarandon, who of course is best known for as Jerry Dandridge, for me anyway, in the original Fright Night, which was a cool movie, and he's the only person to get the line right. It's Welcome to Fright Night, for real. See, I didn't get it right. Only he can get that right. Now, he's a cop, and he's chasing down Charles. Are you right? Something like that. Anyway, girl needs doll, buys it from a shady-looking guy. I don't know if I would have done that, but yeah, okay. So she gets the doll home. Girl quickly goes out the window. Before you know it, he's gone off to kill one of his old partners. We see him. I'm going quickly through these spoilerific. She finds out there's no batteries in the doll, and a shitstorm ensues. That's the first Child's Play movie. I originally saw it in theater. Great movie. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it again today when I watched it. Now Child's Play 2. This was always my favorite in the series for some reason. I think it was because at the time I really thought the older girl, was kind of cute. We were about the same age at the time to watch the movie, and of course there's Jenny Aggerty, I think, in that one. Maybe. I have to check back. But great kills in that one. I just liked it a little bit more. I guess I know it's shocking to say I like the sequel more than that one, but I also like the sequel Friday the 13th better than Friday the 13th. So, but no, I really enjoyed it. The Toy Story part was good, and the teacher death, just a lot of cool stuff. I found the characters more likable in part 2, if that makes any sense. Now we get to part 3, and of course Alex Vincent is gone as Andy Barclay, and they've brought in Justin Whalen. This isn't the first time Justin Whalen has replaced somebody. Well, I guess this is the first time Justin Whalen has replaced somebody, but he would do it again, and pissed me off again. When did he do it? In the second time? He did it in Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. I was a fan of the series, and the first season of Lois and Clark was gold. It was by far the best season out of all that they would do. They would bring more comic booky characters into it and made more. People have to remember when they're watching Lois and Clark, it's not so much the Superman thing. It's like a 40s screwball comedy, and with Superman. And for that, I love it. I love the old screwball comedies. I love Cary Grant and stuff like that. So that was very. People that got Lois and Clark got it for that reason. They understood that. They weren't watching it just because it was Superman and some bad special effects. But the first season, I digress, this was was actually pretty good. And the guy that played Jimmy was really good in the role and a really good actor. However, the producers thought that he was too good looking to play the role of Jimmy, and looked too much like Clark, uh, first Eskimo Superman, who so they fired him and they hired Justin Whalen to take over that role, and it pissed off a lot of people at the time. But Justin Whalen was a pretty popular actor, and he's a good actor, so he did a good job in the role. Now, Child's Play 3, it's okay. I mean, it's not great. I can't say it's really, really good, but it's not bad. I mean, like, there are some decent parts to the film. It is a high drop in quality from the first two films. No doubt about it. Extremely high drop in quality. But, you know, that's what happens with these films. Part 4, of course, we get Bride of Chucky. And Bride of Chucky at the time was revolutionary in its the way that it ran the film, went in a more comedic approach, even way more comedic than it had originally done. It brought in Jennifer Tilly, which was a good thing. She's a great actress. And it brought in a sense of style and cinematography that had not been seen in the films before. There's a scene with a champagne bottle in a honeymoon suite. It's a beautiful, beautiful scene. And you know right away, hey, this is Ron Yu doing this. Because if you've seen The Bride with White Hair, you know his style of stuff, and you know what you're going to get. Unfortunately, his style of stuff didn't work with Jason vs. Freddy, but that's another review. It's a good film. Overall, I got to say, the characters were likable in this one. Some great deaths. The John Ritter death with Pinhead was really, really cool. And there's a lot of nods to other horror films in there, so I kind of like that. It did get a little bit too jokey for me, but Tiffany character really, really sold me on the movie, and I enjoyed it. It was a nice way to refresh the series. When it had gotten really stale after Part 3, it was pretty much the same old without the original actor. Now, we get into Seed of Chucky, which was the last one done before Curse of Chucky. Now, Seed of Chucky is one that's hated on a lot, and Seed of Chucky is not the best film, but people go in expecting more of a horrific film, but they've got even more comedy or eccentric than they did with the other movies. We've got Chucky now has a child, and I guess I'm not sure if it's transgender or, but it doesn't matter. It's it's just the character was a bit annoying, but it was supposed to be that way. And for what it wasn't an unentertaining movie. Was it my favorite in the series? No, it was probably my second least favorite in the series, because Part 3 is actually my least favorite in the Child's Play series. Seed of Chucky is as much crap as it gets, is actually competently directed. There is some parts that I really didn't enjoy as much as I did others, but honestly, no, they did a pretty good job with the film. By far not my favorite, but script-wise, they could have done a little bit better, but I did like where they were going with it. When I see Seed of Chucky, I kind of think back on Psycho 2. No, not the movie Psycho 2, but the book Psycho 2. The book Psycho 2, done by Robert Bloch. Well, Norman Bates escapes from the asylum and dressed like a nun, which he kills. It's more graphic and sexual than this one. Meanwhile, they're making a movie of Psycho 2, of Psycho, his life, basically, and there's a guy playing him and stuff. So he escapes, and then people start dying on the set, and you kind of think that's him. So the whole, like, making the movie thing, and, well, when I was watching Seed of Chucky, again, I kind of thought about that, because I'd recently reread the Psycho books. I'm a fan of the books as well as the movies. I thought, you know, it's Halloween month, let's just do total Halloween. Let's not just watch movies, let's, like, read some stuff, too. So I read the first couple Psycho books again, and it's kind of cool seeing, like, the differences between Norman Bates' character in the books, which is, like, you know, like a bespectacled, chubby guy, and the which kind of reminds me of Human Centipede too, and the Norman Bates in the movies, which is Anthony Perkins, who just got it so right. They didn't need that. They didn't need to go overboard. The books went a little bit overboard and, like, making him look ultra nerdy or creepy. Psycho, the movie, actually got it right over the books in this case, and actually making him look more normal and less. You know, there's less knowledge that he's the killer in it. So, but again, we're back to Seed of Chucky. It shot fairly well. It was done by Dal Mancini, who did Curse of Chucky. And everybody, if you see my review for Curse of Chucky, then you know that I loved Curse of Chucky. It's probably my favorite since Part 2. Yeah, and it may even top Part 2 right now. Curse of Chucky was just So well done, so well shot, and so my Child's Play movies in order of how I like them is Curse 2, 1, Bride, Seed, and 3. Yep. Yeah, I know. Not what you'd expect, huh? Not the original as the number one choice. No. The original was good. And it was scary in its time, but for rewatchability, I usually go with part 2. But then again, it could be because, again, cuter girls. Yeah. That can do it sometimes. Codettes. That's my Child's Play retrospective. Just a really quick one, going through it really fast to basically let you know what I thought of those characters, and a little ramble on it as well. Brought in a couple other things, and if you haven't been reading anything over Halloween, try and read something. If you can't get down to a novel thing, read a graphic. Try The Long Halloween with the Batman one with Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. It's really good, and highly recommend it. Maybe I'll do a Halloween graphic novel type of thing. Would you guys like that? Keep it nerdy. Anyway, I've been talking all this time and haven't had one chance to like really stop and enjoy this. So right now, guys, I gotta go. All those guys that I mentioned, sub to them. They're really, really good people. You gotta go now and check out Falgar's Murder by Decree review if you haven't checked it out already. And if you're a Sherlock Holmes fan, he reviews them all of them. I'm going to be reviewing the Charlie Chan ones down the road. It's his idea. So if you like the Charlie Chan reviews that I do down the road, you credit me, but if you don't like him, you go tell Falgar. He started this whole Charlie Chan review thing for me. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I am Aaron. I am out of here, and I'm your Canadian connection for horror on the Horror Globe, and I am right here on my own channel. Day in and day out, making probably way too many videos. My better half is gone, so I'm probably making way too many videos for the next few days while I'm getting laundry done, just cleaning up around the house and watching some horror movies, and of course school. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. It is now time for tea.